Hello, nice to have you join us on Newsroom series, reaching you live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus will be on the southeastern region. But before we get into that, let's have a look at our top stories making rounds at the moment. It seems tension is rising again in Rivers State as the House of Assembly hardens its stance against Governor Siminalayi Fubara. During today's plenary, 25 Rivers lawmakers voted to proceed with the impeachment of Governor Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu. At a session chaired by the Speaker, Martins Amewele, the Assembly called on the state chief judge to set up a 7-man committee to investigate the governor and his deputy. The Assembly is accusing the governor of gross misconduct, spending state resources without approval, and abuse of office.
The Rivers State House of Assembly has resolved that investigations against allegations of gross misconduct leveled against His Excellency Sir Siminalayi Fubara, Governor of Rivers State, should proceed to the next level, which is investigation. And by virtue of Section 188, subsection 5, I will ensure that the resolution of this House is immediately communicated to the Chief Judge of Rivers State. We have resolved that the investigation against Her Excellency the Deputy Governor should commence, and that, Mr. Speaker, in line with Section 188, subsection 5, will forward a letter to the Chief Judge of Rivers State calling on him to immediately set up a 7-man panel to begin investigations of these allegations against Her Excellency the Deputy Governor of Rivers State.
The Lagos State Government's Special Committee on Rehabilitation of Public Schools has confirmed the collapse of a bungalow classroom block at Odo Okere High School in Ikorodu area of the state. A statement issued in Lagos reveals that the classroom block, which collapsed on Thursday, had already been marked for demolition to pave way for the construction of a befitting classroom edifice that will accommodate the huge population of students in the school. The statement adds that no casualty was recorded at the building collapse.
Well, it's quite unfortunate. We are just coming here now. I understand that some other agencies of the state have been here. But getting here, we've had this information since yesterday that this bungalow collapsed. Unfortunately, I think it's one of these small bungalows that were done by the community as a palliative to reduce the congestion in the classrooms that they have. So, I mean, you can see that the other one there is not also looking so good. And what we're going to do, the state is going to ensure we quickly give them a new classroom. Although we've been here last year to come and see the situation, and we promise doing something this year. So it's just that perhaps we just have to start by next week to come and start doing the construction work. I mean, a new block for them. There's no death, there's no casualty. No casualty. I think it's just like that one. It was just done by the community. Like a shed supported by timber props. Now, I mean, it wasn't a properly built bungalow, it wasn't. But you know, they've only done their best. So we can't tell them that what they've done was wrong. The state will never build this type of shed. But we will definitely put up a befitting structure for the school that would accommodate the entire community, the entire classrooms that we have.
The Supreme Court has ordered the continuation of the trial of former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido, his 2 sons, over an alleged 1.35 billion naira fraud, directing that the case proceeds before the Federal High Court in Abuja. The Apex Court gave the ruling in 2 unanimous judgments delivered by a 5-member panel. In its decision, the Supreme Court upheld the earlier ruling of the trial courts, which dismissed the no-case submission filed by the defendants, holding that they have a case to answer. The judge followed appeals filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) challenging the decision of the Court of Appeal. The Apex Court set aside the July 25, 2023 judgments of the Court of Appeal, which had struck out the 37-count charge on jurisdictional grounds. In the lead judgment, Justice Abubakar Umar affirmed the ruling of Justice Ijoma Ojukwu of the Federal High Court, which ordered Lamido and others to open their defense. The EFCC alleges that Lamido abused his office as governor between 2007 and 2015 by laundering funds received as kickbacks from companies that were awarded state contracts. Also charged in the case are his sons Aminu and Mustafa Lamido, alongside Aminu Wada Abubakar and two companies, Barmania Holdings Limited and Speeds Infrastructure International Limited. Now, as part of strategic moves by the federal government to decentralize military training and improve security, President Bola Tinubu in mid-2025 unbundled the Depot Nigeria Army Zaria in Kaduna State, which had over the years been the only military training center in the country, and approved the establishment of new training depot for the southeast in Ebonyi State. Now, following their approval in late December 2025, Governor Francis Nwifuru has officially performed the groundbreaking ceremony for immediate takeoff of the project situated on 618 hectares of land, which straddles the boundary between Amasiri in Afikpo and Amangu in Eda local government areas of Ebonyi State.
Following the federal government's 2025 approval to establish a new training depot for the Nigerian Army in the southeast, the people of Amasiri and Amangu, Eda in Ebonyi State, have provided 618 hectares of their ancestral land to pave way for the project, which will redefine the security and economic landscape of the southeast.
The executive governor will be inspecting.
Governor Francis Nwifuru arrives alongside top military personnel to inspect the military quarter guard. Representing the host communities, chairmen of Afikpo and Eda local government areas give assurances of total support and collaboration with the military.
We will jointly ensure that there will be no disturbance in this arena. Our youth have risen. Our elders have also risen. We, people in government, we have risen to ensure that we coexist and live together.
We are happy, we are super excited, because we know we are going to benefit a lot. We are happy, so on behalf of the people of Eda, the only way, and our people, the only way we will express our joy and happiness for this lovely project, for remembering us, is come 2027, you will hear our scores.
Promising peaceful coexistence. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, represented by the General Officer Commanding 82 Division, Nigerian Army, Major General Oluremi Fadairo, emphasizes that the training is a military priority and that the new depot will be instrumental in honing the skills of personnel to help them meet contemporary security demands.
Today's milestone event speaks to the unwavering cooperation in partnering with the Army towards achieving its constitutional mandate. I dare say that our contemporary security environment requires active collaboration of all well-meaning Nigerians with the Army and other security agencies in defeating our common adversaries.
The governor of Ebonyi State.
Meanwhile, the Ebonyi State Governor, Francis Nwifuru, says the initiative is strategic, stressing that the southeast region is in dire need of adequate security.
This singular gesture, Mr. President Bola Tinubu and the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has met the yearning and aspiration of our people, the entire southeastern Nigeria zone, which is in their need of adequate security presence. and investments to addressing security challenges like other geopolitical zones in this country, Nigeria.
Residents believe that the siting of the military depot in their communities will come with economic and social benefits.
Well, the understanding we have is that the military would have a depot here, and it gives certain economic opportunities for our people, both in terms of civilian employment, but also in terms of developments associated with military installations. And that's part of the reason why we're comfortable making the donation.
Title documents of the land straddling Amasiri and Amangu Edda are officially handed over to the Nigerian army by the governor as he laid the foundation stone for immediate takeoff of the project.
Now, the wife of the governor of Abia State, Mrs. Priscilla Oti, has been visiting several motherless babies' homes and vulnerable institutions across the state, donating relief materials and cash support of 1 million naira each. Speaking at the Seventh-day Adventist facility in Abia, Mrs. Oti says the gesture was driven by her commitment to ensuring that vulnerable children and their caregivers are taken care of, stressing that every child in Abia State remains her priority. In other facilities visited, she gave bags of rice, cartons of pasta and tomato paste, gallons of groundnut oil, toiletries and sanitary items, among other essentials. Caregivers at the facilities expressed appreciation to Mrs. Oti for the intervention, describing it as a significant boost for their operations and the welfare of the children.
Today we decided to do the charity outreach for the homes in the state, the major homes in the state. So as we have visited about 3 homes here, the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs is also visiting all the other homes in Umuahia as well. We normally do this, even apart from visiting, sometimes we invite them during the year, during special events and at any other time. And then, of course, they are always welcome to us with their needs. And I thank God, and let's thank the governor for making this possible.
We have been receiving your support. And as the management, we are standing in to say that we are very grateful for all your support, for all your care, for all your love.
Today, what do you say to all of you?
Relief has come to residents of Umu Owa community in Olu local government area of Imo State, as over 500 persons are benefiting from the 2026 free medical outreach organized by a United States-based medical outreach group under the auspices of the Olu United Medical Center. The outreach features comprehensive health education, free laboratory tests, distribution of essential drugs, as well as successful eye and abdominal surgeries for more than 150 beneficiaries. Many indigents have commended the organizers for what they termed a rare and timely humanitarian intervention. Our correspondent Eitokwe Kute reports.
Indigents of Umuawa community in Olu and neighboring areas converge on the premises of the Merit School of Nursing Sciences for the 2026 free medical outreach organized by the Olu United Medical Center, a U.S.-based medical outreach group. The annual program provides a wide range of healthcare services, including general medical consultations, health education, eye examination, free laboratory tests, vital signs monitoring, surgical procedures, and the distribution of free medications. A major highlight of this year's outreach is the successful conduct of eye and abdominal surgeries on about 150 beneficiaries, many of whom had lived with their medical conditions for years due to financial constraints. The conveners explained that the initiative is aimed at ensuring that indigent and undeserved rural dwellers have access to quality healthcare services comparable to global standards.
This is a free, high-quality medical care that we are providing to our community today. So knowing that Olu United Medical Center is a community-based hospital, and it is our goal to reach out to the poor people who cannot afford care. Our goal is to promote health equity and also support the well-being of the rural area neighbors of ours.
We have a lot of people here today, and when you look at there, we have people who have no one to provide for them, the poorest of the poor, but we also have anyone, even the privileged as well. So we don't discriminate, we take care of our people. Once you are in the area and you want to avail yourself of this opportunity, you come in, we take care of you.
This event started around 8 o'clock. From that time to this moment, we've attended to close to 210 patients. We did this last year. The turnout last year was awesome, and we're doing it again this year. We look forward to doing it one more time this year before the end of the year, and we'll repeat this next year.
While several indigenes of the state have lauded the initiative as commendable and life-changing, beneficiaries expressed gratitude for the intervention, noting that it has significantly eased the financial burden of seeking medical care in conventional hospitals.
They have really been doing a whole lot. This is just one out of the many outreaches they have had in recent years. So I decided to also to be part of this year's edition, and I must confess it is really very impressive.
We are here to receive treatments, and when I had it, I have to come over. And by the grace of God, I felt happy for being a part. This is my first time of being in a such event. So I am one of the luckiest man so far by His grace. Yeah.
The outreach from a friend, Oliver, said that having medical outreach. So okay, it's necessary that I'll come. So we've come now, and everything is going normally.
As beneficiaries return home with renewed health and optimism, the organizers have been urged to sustain and expand the initiative to reach more vulnerable communities across the state and beyond. Eyitokwekute, Channels Television News.
Ndike-Leonwu, a peaceful community in Urumba North local government area of Anambra State, is facing leadership crisis. The members of the community in a peaceful protest have called on the governor of Anambra State, Professor Sule Lamido, to intervene and order for the immediate withdrawal of the one-year tenure extension of the town union executive. The community members say the tenure of the town union executive have elapsed, and there is no place in their constitution where tenure elongation or extension is prescribed, and so demands an election of a new town union leadership.
It is one of those days when community members can no longer keep quiet over perceived anomalies capable of disrupting the peace of their homeland. And that is the situation at Ndike-Leonwu in Urumba North local government area of Anambra State. The community was recently thrown into confusion when a letter emanated from the Anambra State Ministry of Local Government, Community and Chieftaincy Matters directing that the tenure of the old executives of their community was being extended for another year before the election of new executives can take place.
Are we in support of Soludo? Yes!
Community members staged a peaceful protest to express their support for the Soludo administration, at the same time notifying him of their rejection of the tenure elongation for their town union executives as their tenure has elapsed. They note that the directive is an aberration of their constitution, and they gather at St. Margaret's Anglican Church field, Ndike-Leonwu.
All what we are asking for, we are pleading, we are begging for the state government under the leadership of Professor Soludo to come to our aid, to give us an election date. If he gives us tomorrow, we will have our election.
We heard that somebody that left the office on 27th of December last year has now been given an extension. We don't do that in Ndike-Leonwu. We've never done such in Ndike-Leonwu. Have we done such before? No!
The people say the extension of tenure of an executive they describe as unpopular by the state government is unjustified. They demand that the Freshtown Union executives be elected so they will be able to supervise the ongoing government projects in the community.
It is necessary that the election must be conducted in Ndikirong between now and Easter. We are in support of any development project that the state government is bringing to our town, Ndikirong. But we need transparency. That is why we need a new executive. Since the one has elapsed, we need a new executive to be in place so that they can lead the government very well.
We have been praying for the solution to land in Ndikirong. Now the solution has landed in Ndikirong, and some people are trying to confuse it. We are for solution. We are for Soludo. We voted for him. We continue to support him. We want him to come and develop our land, and he's here now.
They marched to Orumba North Local Government Area Headquarters, Ajali, where they received by the Mayor, Mr. Kashmir Nwanfo, who allays their fears that nothing can disrupt the peace of the community, with promises to convey their grievances to the governor.
I will send a message to the governor. The governor is very peaceful. He loves the community. I personally love Ndikirong. And that's why I put my deputy mayor from Ndikirong. And we have one of our highest votes in local government from Ndikirong. So we can never go against the town interest.
Assurances from the chairman of the local government area gives the people some relief and hope to receive a favorable feedback from the state government.
Still in Anambra State, the governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has commissioned a 5-kilometer road project in Ezenifite, Agwata local government area of the state. The road commissioning marks a major milestone for people of Ezenifite, as the road has been executed through the Solution Administration's initiative of Public-Private Community Partnership. Speaking during the event, Governor Soludo hails the benefactor, Mr. Ikenna Obele, for devoting his resources for public good, noting that the government alone cannot meet the state's infrastructural needs.
The 5-kilometer Obele Road project in Ezenifite, Agwata local government area of Anambra State, built under the Public-Private Community Partnership, features a fully asphalted road, drainage system, and solar-powered streetlights, linking Aku village to several neighboring communities and significantly improving access, trade, and unhindered mobility in the area. Governor Chukwuma Soludo is received by the community leadership and facilitator of the road, Mr. Ikenna Obele. It's a celebration of some sort, as traditional drums move the governor to take some dance steps. For the people of Ezenifite, the road has brought relief, access, and restored their dignity.
I pray that our Heavenly Father blesses this good thing we are witnessing. Our governor says whoever wants to build anything, he should come home and do it. And that is why our son came home. And seeing the standard the governor has set, he followed suit. It shall be well with us, and everybody that came here will go back in peace. What we are doing today is what you taught us, because we know since our principal doesn't fear any work, we won't be scared by any assignment. By the grace of God, your leadership and vision for the state is truly commendable, and it's next to none. This is definitely a sign of renewed hope for our state. There is definitely a positive outlook for us, the sons and daughters of this state.
The highly elated Governor Soludo insists that leadership must be measured by impact made on lives and communities, as no government can put up every infrastructure needed in a state.
It's a clarion call to all the Anambra leaders. There is no way the government alone will be able to develop this state, transform it at the speed that we need to alone. It's not possible. Without the resources in the hands of the government in any year, the less than 5% of the income in the Anambra in any year. So how can 5% do it? Where is the other 95%? To the glory of God, we call them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Governor Soludo encourages other well-meaning people of Anambra State to think more about what they can do for their communities, noting that meaningful development can only be achieved through public-private commitment.
And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.